Imagine I handed you a mystery packet with 6 different hops and asked you to brew a beer. Could you figure out which hops were in it just by tasting the finished brew? Well, that's the challenge the Brü Club has taken on. 6 homebrewers from across the country brewed beers using the same secret hop blend, took their best guess at what was inside, and then sent the beers and their guesses to me. And now it's our turn. Can my tasting panel here identify the hops more accurately than the brewers? Well, the answer is in this sealed envelope right here, and we will reveal the answer at the end. Who will get closest? This episode is sponsored by More Beer. More on them in a bit.
I'm Will Allwork from the Brü Club.
I am Kat Pierce. I am the events coordinator for Raleigh Brewing Company and ABS Commercial.
Okay, so we have 6 different beers, including your beer.
Yep.
But let's start with the first one that was sent to us, because I think this has got the prettiest label. So this one is called Identity Crisis, which makes a lot of sense. All the brewers have sent me a recipe of what was actually in the beer, which would be useful for us to know. And they've also sent us their guesses as to which beer they think this is. So I kind of have this one covered up with a post-it note so as not to influence us right at the start. So this beer was submitted by Scott Gordon. It's a West Coast Pilsner.
There you go.
Okay.
And the grain bill for this is Pilsner malt, Golden Promise, kind of 50-50, and then just a little bit of acidulated malt.
I got a pretty big peach note on that first whiff.
I'm getting almost like cantaloupe, melon, but like like a cantaloupe rind.
Now our challenge is going to be, what hops give you cantaloupe rind, or which combination of hops as well, because it's not just one. Now, are either of you actually kind of certified beer judges?
I'm a certified BJCP and a certified Cicerone.
And how about you, Will?
I'm neither. I just drink beer.
Scott, I got to say, this is actually a pretty good beer.
Mm-hmm.
Came out well.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Now, Scott does say that he actually used a bittering hop here.
So he added an additional hop.
What the heck? Is 6 not enough to have to figure out? So he did tell us what he added. He added Magnum bitter. But he said that he used the hop blend was split into whirlpools at different temperatures and then 2 dry hops as well. So a good amount of hops went into this. Did you want to hear what his guesses were for this?
I do.
Yeah? His guesses are Citra, Simcoe, Chinook, Centennial, Mosaic, and Cascade.
I share some of those thoughts for sure.
Well, I think we've got some clues now. Let's try beer number 2. Lovely artwork on this one.
Beautiful artwork.
If there was blue painter's tape on it, that would be the typical label for some of ours.
Well, I mean, if you're entering a beer into a BJCP sanctioned competition, you're not allowed to put any labels on it.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. It's to primarily ensure that you are being free of bias.
This is from Eric. Hey Martin, you're doing an amazing job with Brülosophy. Yay, thanks Eric. Encloses my West Coast Pilsner with the TBC hops. The recipe is as follows. So he brewed a 2-gallon batch, 4 pounds of Pilsner malt, 8 ounces of rye, 4 ounces of carapils. He also added Hallertau Magnum at 30 minutes. So I guess people were using bittering hops. So in terms of the hop blend, he added 1 ounce at 5 minutes, 1 ounce in a dry hop for 3 days, and the yeast was Nova Lager. What a different beer.
I'm not getting a ton off the aroma.
How could this be the same set of hops?
Do a distance sniff first, like a quick distance sniff, and you might be able to get something.
So a distance sniff meaning you just...
So essentially you're, you're doing this just to rouse the aroma.
Yeah.
And then a distance sniff is you're going to bring it here, but you're not going to put your nose right into the beer. And that is the first sniff that you should always do when tasting beer.
Oh yeah, you do get some actions.
But it's odd though, because it's so quick that I can't quite pick up the specifics, but I'm once again getting that kind of melon.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. I thought this was going to be easier than
this one. This one's really, really hard.
Yeah.
I'm barely able to pick up anything except for that distance sniff. And then, obviously in the bitterness, it's very similar to like the previous one where it's just like citrus and resin, but like it's rindy.
Well, should we hear what Eric thinks is in here?
Yes.
So Eric says, as to my guesses, I have no idea.
That's helpful. Thanks, Eric.
But he did come with a few guesses. So he said Citra, again, Azaka, Mosaic, Centennial, Cascade, and Amarillo.
And there are some very similar ones in there to the
See,
previous.
now I don't pick up Mosaic.
I pick up the Citra for sure.
Yeah, Citra
And Cascade.
I am almost 100% sure Citra is in this. It's not the same percentage of all the hops, so
Oh, okay.
he didn't.
Oh, so each person that was given this hop blend, each
It's the
hop
same
blend was a
blend.
different
No,
percentage?
it's the same blend. The blend, everybody got the same blend, but as far as the 6 different hops, he didn't use the same percentage of each hop in the blend, just to make it harder.
Like it wasn't hard enough. Let's go to your beer next then.
All right, let's do that.
I bet it tastes horrible. I'm just
We've got to be nice about his beer.
I'm sitting right here. You have to be nice to me.
Okay, so beer number 3 is from an amateur brewer, but we thought we'd let him try it anyway.
This guy's really bad at brewing.
All right, so tell us about your beer. What style is it?
So this is, I did more like a American Pale Ale. It's mostly 2-row. Then it was about 15% Munich, light Munich, and then it was about 2.5% of C20 or C30, Cara Red, Wyoming Cara Red. And then I just used BRY 97 so I could get a nice clean fermentation. I used all 8 ounces in a 3-gallon batch.
So 8 ounces in total was how much was in the bag,
Yeah.
and then you kind of half went in, hot side, half cold.
Yeah. Mine was also not shipped. I drove it here, so I have a slight advantage.
They're all so far still pretty fresh. Though.
Yeah, they are. I am getting a little bit of the Caddy Simcoe this time, I think.
That was like one of the first things that I recognized, but then it just changed to like straight orange juice.
The thing that I get from it, there's a certain finish on it that I associate with a certain hop.
Well, are you going to tell us?
It's Chinook.
What do you perceive with Chinook?
Like a pithy bitterness. Like that raspy, pithy bitterness that finish, like on the finish.
But the orange juice is so much stronger than the pith, in my opinion.
I've been second guessing what is in this hop blend, right, before even tasting the beers. I'm like, are they going to be complementary hops, or is it going to be just like
An amalgamation of everything.
right. We're going to throw in some New Zealand stuff, and then we're going to have
See,
some
that's
English
what I thought
stuff.
it was going to be, and now it seems like the hops that they put in there were very complementary.
That's what I'm thinking too. They do seem to complement.
I think the
each
goal
other.
was to provide a very like IPA friendly, IPA pale ale, West Coast Pills friendly blend. I think that was the idea.
Yeah, I'm not going to have you guess the same way that everyone else has submitted their guesses until the end. But I will be interested to hear if, by the time you tried all 6, if you're going to have changed your mind on anything from what you came in thinking it was going to be.
See, this one, the first 2, like I didn't think Simcoe, but mine I get more like I kind of think Simcoe, but
But you and I both got cattiness,
Yeah.
which tells me that Simcoe is in there.
Yeah, this first thing I picked up on was Simcoe. All right, so we've got 3 beers down, 3 more to go before we make our educated guesses. And before that, quick word on today's sponsor, and that is More Beer. And More Beer's slogan is absolutely everything for beer making, and it's easy to see why, given their selection of over 8,000 products like the Brewbill X3 Uniconical stainless steel fermenter, or the Comos series of kegerators that give you everything you need to get started with dispensing and serving your home brew. And for quality fermentations, More Beer carries Cellar Science, yeast, and nutrients. More Beer offer free shipping on most orders over $59, and also be sure to check out their awesome YouTube channel featuring brewing tips, hijinks, and incredible giveaways. Check out everything More Beer has to offer at morebeer.com. Okay, Nick sent a little note with what's going on. Let's see. Hi Martin, long-time fan of the Homebrew Challenge. Hey, I've never attempted a new style without watching your corresponding episode. Did not pay him to write that. This was the first IPA I've made in 6 years. That's insane for a homebrewer not to have made an IPA for 6 years. I typically brew beers that you can't find in stores, with my favourite being English bitters. Okay, Nick, you and I are going to get on. That's my favourite style. Along with a keg or 2 of easy drinking lager. For this IPA, I decided to let my inner Jordan Folks voice win and decided to put all 8 ounces in the beer, which is more hops than I've ever put in a beer. Nick did add in some Magnum at 60 minutes. It seems everyone did that. And then 1 ounce went in at 20 minutes, 3 ounces of the blend were added at Whirlpool for 10 minutes, and then 4 ounces went into the dry hop.
Well, right off the bat, unfortunately, it is a purplish color.
Looking a little oxidized. We want to
Yes,
try the other
please,
bottle.
please.
That's why you send two.
It's a little better.
Slightly
It is
better.
a little better.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as the other one, but I will try to pick up the hops through the oxidation.
Notes
How
of
about
cardboard.
Hey, Nick, you know what? Shit happens. I'm getting the melon with it. Still getting some citrus.
Now, Nick just mentioned that he pressure fermented this at 10 psi and bottled it with a counter pressure bottle filler and added 1 carb tablet to scavenge any oxygen during bottling. So he took a load of extra steps and it still kind of ended up.
It's a bummer, Nick. It's a bummer.
It is. Hey, Nick, send us a picture of what it looks like off the tap. I mean,
Yeah.
because then that would be the perfect indicator of whether or not it was a shipping issue.
All right, well, Nick did give us a guess as to what he thinks in here.
Alright.
So he says Simcoe, Amarillo, Centennial, Crystal, Mosaic, and Idaho 7. So a few
Idaho
nuances in there.
7.
Idaho 7.
Interesting.
I can see the Centennial.
This one is from Dick Wallace. Says, I'm sending these from Texas. It's already 90 Fahrenheit here, so hopefully the heat doesn't completely wreck them. What color is it looking like?
I think we're okay.
Oh, right.
We're okay.
He said he used all 8 ounces of hops, and this is a West Coast IPA / Pilsner. No bittering hops, just the hop blend. Half an ounce went in first wort hop, 1.5 ounce boil with a 15-minute boil, that was all. Then 2 ounces in the hop stand, 2 ounces of dry hop at day 2, and the other 2 ounces on day 5.
I get citrus again.
Yeah, grapefruit rind.
I still get that melon smell in the
A little bit of melon, too.
which I don't think I picked that up on my own at home. I don't think I really picked up a melon. But yeah, I'm getting it like on all of them. So I don't know if it's just stuck in my brain now or.
It could potentially be. I mean, and the funny thing is that once you say one thing, you're like, oh yeah, that's what everything else is supposed to taste like. That's why in judging, you're not supposed to say anything until you both have had the opportunity to taste it.
But that would make a really boring video.
Yeah.
You just sat here in silence like, yes,
Maybe some pithiness.
The flavor definitely has a lot of stone fruit.
Yeah.
I'm getting bubble gum, which is odd.
It's like a like a juicy fruit.
Yeah.
It's juicy, Dick. See if that gets us taken off YouTube.
Okay, well, let's see. Dick said, he says, I'm thinking this is a blend of some kind of American classic hops. So he would guess Cascade, Citra, Centennial, Chinook, Amarillo, and Anchovy. Because there is probably something weird to add a twist, because Haven is a total nerd.
Yeah.
I'm just reading what it says.
Yeah.
Sorry, Haven.
It's them sea hops.
Yeah.
It's definitely, like, I'm positive there's Citra in there. Like, that was my first
Oh,
thought.
yeah.
When I opened that bag, I was like, Citra.
My curiosity is, where is the melon coming from? And once again, it comes back to the fact that I know this hop that has, I think, melon in the name.
Hugh Melon?
Hugh melon.
Hugh melon, yeah.
I was wondering if there's some Hugh melon in it.
Last chance here, so this is hopefully give us a completely clear picture. This is beer number 6. It's from Ryan Mack. He has gone all out. So we've got a couple of QR codes on the bottle here. So there's one for the recipe link, and then there's another one for the untapped link, so we can all check it in.
Oh,
Heck yeah, that's awesome.
That is going some right there. So
Although, as someone who works in the commercial industry, I cannot stand Untapped. I like Untapped for their menu options in the tap room, right?
but dealing with the comments on Untapped, not so much fun.
Oh yeah, I'm not a very big fan of IPAs. 1 star. Then why did you order an IPA?
From the smell alone, I would have to say it's either like a pale ale or like a West Coast Pils or something like
The
that.
color tells me immediately like pale ale.
Yep, pale ale. That's fine.
Ha!
I feel like I get. Let's see if I'm right. I get Munich on the smell. Let's see if I'm right.
Oh, you're going to tell me the malt bill from the smell?
Are you getting raisins? Is that what you're getting? Is that how you're getting Munich?
There's some carrots or something in here.
Okay, the malt bill was 50% two-row, 31% Pilsen two-row, 7% caramel 40, 7% Munich Type 2, and then 4.5% Carapils.
Oh, so you did get some Munich in there.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Or were you just bullshitting?
No, I thought I smelled it.
Okay.
30-minute boil with 1 ounce at 30 minutes, and then half an ounce at 15 minutes, half an ounce at 5 minutes, an ounce at 10 minutes, and then 2 ounces as a dry hop.
Okay.
Just 2 ounces?
So only 5 ounces in total. There were 3 unaccounted ounces of hops here.
You got 8. You might as well have used them.
You're trying to make it difficult on us.
Yeah, it is.
Once again, with this one, I'm definitely getting like a rindiness to it.
Now, that's something I have picked up, like a pineapple note on mine. On mine, I think that's where some of that like kind of like raspiness, the word I use is like a raspiness, that pithiness. I think that is kind of like that pineapple. Like when you eat like a pineapple, it's kind of got that like thing that it does to your tongue.
Then that would definitely make sense for Mosaic.
Okay, here's what Ryan said. He's been a bit cute here with his guesses. He says, I think it's going to be a mix based on the club name. So the Brü Club, TBC. So T, Talus, B, Brew 1, C, Citra, and then some more C's as well, Chinook and Centennial.
That's along the same lines that I was thinking.
And it's funny because multiple people have mentioned Chinook as well.
And then I thought the same thing, that Haven was going to be cute and make it all about the name.
This is a legitimate theory.
I think
Yeah?
it's game theory, right?
there's been a lot
you
of-
have to play game theory a little bit.
there's been a lot of theories kicked around on the old TCB chat group.
We want to give ourselves every chance of looking clever on the internet. So how about we take a sniff from the actual bag of hops that we use?
Yay! Yes, please.
Yeah, I want to rub this.
So this is the mystery blend. This is what was sent to all of the brewers, including you, Will. So there's 8 ounces of hops in here. This is still sealed. So, Kat, did you want to open that and give it a sniff?
I do.
So you're crushing the hops up.
Yeah, I'm doing a hop rub.
But you might have only gotten 2 of the 6 hops. And
That's fair. That's fair.
That bag, I will say, that bag smells more dank than I remember mine. Mine was like punch you in the face citrus.
I was expecting citrus, and this isn't citrus at all.
That seems more dank.
Okay, so explain the hop rubbing technique. You're literally just kind of crushing the stuff in your
Yeah,
palm.
I'm crushing it up so that way it becomes kind of like more of a loose leaf type situation, and it definitely allows for the oils to be better distributed in your hands. And then really you're kind of just smelling the oils on your hands. Yeah, I'm getting that caddy again.
Yeah, I'm getting the caddy for sure. It
Could
has to
be.
Simcoe.
I mean, it could
You
be
could
Citra.
just be blind to it.
Citra. Everybody used to say Citra was super catty.
Really?
I've
Yeah.
never heard that.
I still get citrus.
Very
man.
citrus, and let's be more specific than citrus, right? So what kind of citrus are you getting?
Well, you want to do the crop year of citrus?
Yeah, let's do the crop year.
Oh, the
How
crop
specific
year.
do you
Oh,
want to be?
It's definitely
bro,
2024.
I'm just saying, like, all right, is it lemon? Is it lime? Is it orange? Is it grapefruit? Is it the rind? Is it the pith? Is it juice? Is it the flesh? What are you getting?
I definitely get grapefruit rind.
And then I get
Yeah.
like the orange, freshly squeezed orange juice.
The brewers have had their chance. They only got to try one beer with the exception of Will. And we got to try 6 of them in all different styles and different usage of the hops. So I feel like we should do better than the average brewer. We should, right? We had more information, but we'll see. Okay, so I've gone very safe with mine. So my 6 hops are Simcoe, Citra, Cascade, Chinook, Amarillo, and Centennial. I'm just staying in America. Will, what have you got?
Okay, so I was also thinking along the same lines as Ryan Mack with the TCB. Pretty positive there's Citra in there. First drink, I thought Chinook, Talus, Brew 1, along with Ryan Mack, Motueka, and Simcoe, I think are the other ones.
You gone for a new world hop?
Yeah, I think there's something New Zealand.
I
in that.
put Motueka in there as well. I had Simcoe, just because you and I have been like playing off of that constantly. Amarillo, Cascade, Chinook, Motueka, or some sort of New Zealand hop. I don't think it's Nelson Sauvin though.
No.
I don't think so either.
And then I put Huell Melon or some kind of other hop that happens to have a bunch of melon in it. Yeah.
I'm gonna be so mad if there's mosaic in this Haven. I'm gonna be so mad.
All right. Well, I think
My heart is beating.
I know. Let's see what we got.
Oh, I know I'm wrong.
Oh God.
Talus. 2.2 ounces of talus. That is, you get a check mark. 2 ounces of brew 1. 2 ounces of citra. You have them in the order. You have them in the order. This is suspicious.
That is incredibly suspicious.
This is
Wait, I didn't
very-
realize I never put Citra in there.
Well,
oh,
TBC, the Brü Club, TBC. That's why I wrote it like that.
What did you have for 4?
Which one I got?
Motueka is number 4.
okay, I got Motueka at least. You totally cheated.
Did I get him?
Okay. 6 ounces of Amarillo.
Ah!
All right,
I was gonna say that.
Okay, the final hop, the one that we all agree is definitely not in there, Nelson Savin.
No.
Yeah. This
I
is-
literally just said, I was like, I don't think it's Nelson Sava.
It was only 2 ounces of talus, 2 ounces of brew 1, 2 ounces of citra, then 8 ounces of Motueka, 6 of Murillo, and 4 of Nelson.
I figured there had to be some New World hops in there from either New Zealand or Australia to bring forth that like orange juicy and that melon. I was like, it can't just all be American.
We've graded all the papers, so let's see who did best. So Nick got 1 out of the 6 correct. What about you guys?
Scott Gordon also got 1
1.
correct.
Eric got 2 out of 6. Dick Wallace, 2 for 6.
Okay, so the winner is Ryan Mack, who got 3 out of 6, which is particularly impressive because he only guessed 5 hops.
Yeah.
And he still got the most right. Okay, so the winner of the homebrew competition is Ryan. You aside.
I don't count.
You aside. Okay. So for us, I got 2 right.
I got 2 right. And then there's this.
Well, I got
Human.
4.
You got 4.
But
So
I was.
congratulations. And you
But
got
I
them.
don't
You
count.
got them in the order.
But I think it's because he knows more about the homebrew club.
Yes.
TBC.
Right.
Did you have any inside information? Well,
You know, I might have.
all right. Well, thanks very much, guys. And
Cheers.
congratulations to you, Will.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.